Seeker. Welcome to the Awakening Her podcast. I am so grateful that you've been led here, and I'm excited for you that you're answering the call to manifest more magic in your life by mastering the law of attraction. So cool. My name is Talia, and I'm committed to cutting the fluff and showing you exactly how to manifest more excitement, ease, success, abundance, confidence, love, and anything else you've been craving. So if you're ready to crack the code on manifestation, amplify your intuition, and play in the quantum, we are now besties. Let's do this. Imagine you're in a real life choose your own adventure moment, and you're faced with a decision that could change everything. You've thought about it from every angle. You've asked everybody and their dog and your cousin and your old friend on Facebook, but you're still not sure which way to go. And then it hits you. You totally forgot about your intuition. So you decide to give your inner voice a chance. You go to your favorite relaxing spot, a comfy spot where you feel comfortable. You take a few deep breaths, lower your shoulders, and ask the universe, hey, which way should I go? A or B? And then you wait. You allow some space for the answer to bubble up inside you. Suddenly, clarity comes, and you realize you already know the answer. You already know deep down if it's A or B. And in this moment, you feel gratitude, feel like you can make that decision. And you do really take a minute to think and see that you knew all along. You just weren't inquiring into your intuition. You were going about it through pros and cons and through your head. So you make your decision knowing deep down that it was the right one. And you make an intention to come back to your intuition next time you don't know what to do. Welcome back to the Awakening Her podcast. Hello, hi, my name is Talia Joy. Welcome to this show. If you are new here, welcome, welcome. I am so glad you're here. On this show, we talk about all things manifestation, transformation, spirituality, rising into everything that you came here to be, manifesting all the success, joy, health, happiness that you've been searching for. I'm so excited that you are here. In this episode, we are talking about the 3 most key, proven, reliable ways to awaken your intuition. And I cannot wait to share these 3 key tools. As you may have noticed, we are doing a little bit of an intuition series here. And this is because we are launching and getting ready to start Awakened Intuition. And I am so excited. Intuition is such an important part of the manifestation journey, of the getting to know yourself, of the something more, of the being a co-creator of this experience. You need your intuition as that in between. And I know you already have one. I know you've already been using your intuition, and it's time to really take that up a notch and allow yourself to truly be led in life and learn how to navigate that. So we're going to go all through discerning your intuition from your ego, your intuitive type, deep dive trainings on each of the types, lots of practical exercises to practice, as well as understanding so much more so that you're empowered. You understand what intuition is. You understand how to access it. You understand what it feels like, and you understand that you can trust it even more. So join us in Awakened Intuition. This is super affordable. It's $57, you guys, for 4 weeks of education. And this first round has live support in a WhatsApp thread, including, or a WhatsApp chat where I'll be chatting. I'll be sending messages, answering your questions personally. And we also have a live energy session in that first round. So if you're listening to this in the future, you can access it now. You can purchase it and access the whole course. If you're listening to it in 2024 at the time of recording, then we're going to go through a live round together. So it's hosted on a private podcast feed. So we're not doing weekly Zoom calls and all that kind of thing. It's hosted on a private podcast, and I'll be dropping at least 2 episodes a week. We'll be going through it in that first round live together in the WhatsApp thread so that you really have that extra support. And then after that, it will be available for seekers to access at any time. And I really like the podcast platform education way of learning. It feels, I don't know about you, but I love podcasts. I've recently taken a few programs that are delivered through private podcast, and I really enjoy it. It also has me presented in a way that's no fluff, direct trainings, direct tools, direct energy activations. It's going to be so fun. So join us in Awaken Intuition if you're looking to develop your intuition, to get super confident in your gifts, in your inner guide, and really knowing that you can trust it and you can take your life to the next level using this inner GPS. It's magical. Seriously. It's the conversation with spirit that goes on within. So join me in the live round of Awakened Intuition, or if you're listening to this later, definitely hop in, learn at your own pace, access all the trainings. It's going to be so transformative. The link for the program is below. Okay. So we are diving into 3 ways to awaken your intuition. And the first thing I want to say is I'm just going to pretend for a second you haven't listened to all the other episodes I've just recently done on intuition. And I'm just going to say, as a foundational understanding, that intuition is the voice of source, of universe, of your highest self, of your future self, of your spirit teams, spirit team. It depends on the situation. It is a channel for basically all other higher consciousness information to come through you. So if you're asking or wanting to connect with a loved one that's passed away, or your general spirit team, or one spirit guide, or universe in general, God, what is my next path, soul, it's all the same portal. And it's really important to understand that tuning, that's why I'm saying it's like, if we're not awakening our intuition, what are we doing? Because we're spinning in circles and always wondering what we should do. And we have an inner GPS inside. So that's why I'm so lit up to teach about this. And I'm so happy you're here in this episode. So that's the first thing to always understand. The next thing to understand is that the intuition is a gentle type voice or feeling depending on your type. It's a voice, it's a feeling, it's a knowing, whatever it is for you. It's gentle and it's soft. So this brings me into the first key tool. The first key thing you need to do is to either meditate or create space. So some people, I say meditate, they're like, oh yeah, I know, I love meditation. Other people go like, ah, crap, another person saying to meditate. And it's totally fine if you don't resonate with meditation. I know, right? A spiritual teacher saying you don't actually have to meditate. But what you do have to do is you do have to find a way to create space in your mind. So intuition is not something that you have to do transcendental meditation yourself out to like a star system to access. It's coming through you and is in you all the time. But we do need to create a little bit of space. So I will get intuitive hits, and I know a lot of you can resonate with this. I'll get intuitive hits while I'm driving, while I'm gardening, while I'm doing some sort of art, although I have 3 kids and a busy business, so I'm not sitting around with a paintbrush anymore as much. But when I'm creating. And one secret there that I was actually I was gonna save for the program, but I'll share it with you here. One secret is because when you distract your conscious mind with something like pulling weeds, especially something monotonous, even driving, like you distract your conscious mind, your subconscious and or your intuitive space, both, you can access either, but they can come forward because your mind's kind of like, ooh, squirrel, and you just kind of like give it something to do and guidance can come in. That's why even in meditation, people will say, if you can't meditate, just focus on the sound of your breath. It's not because of any hidden secret spiritual reason. It's literally, I mean, there's probably reasons, but it's soothing. The ujjayi breath or the sound of our breaths almost sounds like a wave. It's very soothing to us. It calms the nervous system. But the other thing is it gives our brain something to do, right? Because a lot of people have resistance with meditation because they say like, my brain won't shut off. So just take off the pressure to like, don't shut off your brain. I'm working with a client right now and we joke about that. She's like, I just can't have no thoughts. And I'm like, no, it's total. You don't have to get rid of all your thoughts. It's more about bringing space. So this first point is you have to either meditate in whatever fashion that means for you or create space in your mind. Go for a walk without stimulation, especially if it's in nature, on a nature trail or, up a mountain or whatever, but without like a podcast or without something that is stimulating. So if it was gentle meditation music, I feel like if you're in the forest, you should just listen to the forest. But if it's gentle meditation music, sure. But if it's content, someone's talking to you, you're active brain is like totally listening, and a lot of your attention goes there. So I would recommend creating space, whatever that means for you. I'm going to give lots of examples in the program, but I know that you already know intuitively, where do I feel calm? Where does my mind start to chill? And sometimes it's like while you're vacuuming or while you're, sometimes I like to like zone out on cleaning day. I'm like, I kind of want to do one of those big monotonous jobs or mopping the floor or something, because it kind of feels meditative. The vacuum, I don't know why. I don't know if some of you feel this. I have 3 kids, so there's often a kid going like, Mom. So sometimes when I have the vacuum on, nobody comes to me because I'm so loud. But it also like I just kind of like go in my zone and I'll get intuitive nudges. So that can even be what it means to create space, less stimulation. I do recommend like quiet and solitude, but I'm just kind of explaining how intuition comes forward in those monotonous behaviors. You might be knitting and like, I just got this great idea. Give your brain something to do with walking or driving or whatever, or do your old-fashioned meditation. I highly, highly recommend it. There's almost no way to go around that because your intuition is gentle. It very rarely can yell, if at all, unless it's like some sort of life-saving moment where it's like, turn left. And it's like, oh my God, I avoided this huge accident. Other than that, they can't yell louder than your conscious busy mind. So as long as you're going like, I don't know what to do, pros and cons, I don't know what to do here. Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? You're not in your intuitive zone. So you need to create a little bit of space. Focus on your breath, go to nature, do a meditation, just clear the space, clear your mind and be open to what comes forward. So that's number 1. Number 2 is, this seems obvious, but it's to focus and to practice active listening. So what this means is actually paying attention to when you get nudges. It seems obvious, right? But often we are just kind of in this state of like, I don't know what voice is intuition. Like I haven't listened in a while. It almost feels like it's out there and like, I don't really know what's up. And sometimes we just need to bring our focus back and take moments to create space and actively listen. Again, knowing your intuitive type hugely helps because you know what to look for, but just engage in that active listening or that active feeling or however intuition comes to you. It's paying attention. Intention is everything. And that's with manifestation. That's, how we deliberately create our reality, but this isn't what this episode is about. But your intention to just say, I want to listen to my intuition more. That's why even like joining the program that I'm running and just being in the space, like listening to trainings, it puts your intention on, I want to pay attention more to my intuition. So you can do that by starting your day and being like, today I intend to listen to my intuition more, to tune in. If you never have, you can, or you feel like you never have, you can intend to start. You could intend to learn more. You could intend to like, in this next chapter, I want to be led more by my intuition. Just that gentle intention changes everything. So the next component of this is intention, but also active listening, really kind of fine-tuning it. That's where like when we focus on something, we start noticing it more. We start, really going, oh, wait, there was an intuitive nudge. Yeah. And it's just like anything. The more you practice, the more it becomes obvious. It becomes second nature. So in a way, like you got to practice it. You have to practice active listening. And it definitely isn't something that like you need an hour a day and you need to restructure the way you do everything. It's just an awareness. It's like as you're driving and something pops in and going like, is that an intuitive hit? Or like, or actively asking questions like either out loud or very, again, with intention, spirit team, universe, God, Nana, higher self, please help me to discern like if this is the job for me. I'm open to your intuitive nudges. Like that is you actually asking and then most importantly, paying attention to as it comes in. And I'm going to help you with that in Awakened Intuition. If you join me, of course, that's the whole thing. That's what we're doing. So number 1 was meditate/create space. Number 2 is focus/active listening. So focus, intention, like really just having that intention to do that. Number 3, and again, it seems obvious, but not a lot of people actually do this unless they've come through my work, my clients, and I really highly recommend it. So writing it down. This is one of those things that even if you do this for a week, you don't have to do it forever, but even if you do this for a week, you will start to notice how much more you actually are receiving guidance. And your brain starts to get on board to go like, wait a minute, you start getting proof, which starts releasing resistance to it. And the whole thing of like, can I trust it? How do I know? It starts releasing that yourself by going, no, look, I actually asked these questions and these were different like ideas that came forward or nudges I got or downloads I got. So writing it down is really powerful, even just for a short amount of time. So for any of you that have manifest this shit, the link is in the show notes if anyone's interested, but it's a coloring and activity book that I have up on Amazon. Yes, I'm an author. But in there's actually several pages that I put recent intuitive nudges that have come forward and like a whole page for you to write down your intuitive nudges. And so if you do have the book, you could find that page, even bookmark it, and over a week, just keep adding to it, or in your own journal, of course, a notebook, your phone app, if you want, but writing it down pen to paper, I really do feel like, just for what it's worth, there's nothing that compares to that for how powerful it is, but do what you can do. So this tool is to write it down. And how we actually do this is just one way. Take a question that you have that you would, if I was sitting in a mediumship session with you and I was like, what would you like to know from source? Or if you have one question right now just about your current life that you want to ask your intuition, write it down in a journal and then write underneath in your own words something along the lines of God, angels, universe, whoever you want to pray to. I am open to receive intuitive guidance on, and then your question, where I should go next, what my next step is, if this is the job for me, if this is the person for me. I will watch and be available for your guidance. Something like that, saying I'm open to receive, basically. And then I love to put in a thank you so much, some sort of gratitude, love you, I'll be waiting, good vibes, right? We're not demanding, we're saying, hey, yo, spirit team that wants to help us, source that wants to help us, I am now open. And then start going into that second tool, the active listening. And as you are driving, as you're going about your day, just start to pay attention. And especially if you know your intuitive type, watch for those nudges that come the way you know. If you don't, just watch for those ideas, something to come in. And then even if you're unsure, if it's like, should I take this job? And then you get like this realization of like, well, this job does give me, benefits and my daughter is going to need braces soon. I don't know. You get some sort of moment of clarity that kind of sways you in that direction. You might be like, was that intuition? I don't know. I'm just going to write it down, maybe even a tiny little faint question mark to kind of go, I'm not sure, but you will notice things start to come in. I know you're already a knee-deep seeker, or at least very curious. You've had intuitive nudges before. They are coming. They are built into this experience. Source wants to guide us. It is on the way. Trust in that. And as you get those answers, as you get that clarity, as you get any little nudge or notion or idea, write it down. And just do this for 7 days. You could continue on forever if you want, but do this for 5 to 7 days. And just look at that page, start to pile up, start to really look at it and go like, wow, these are some pretty amazing, ideas. And that really helps to build belief, because at the end of the day, our brain ultimately will have the say on everything. We are very, who we actually are, including our soul and our aura and everything. Our brain is a very small percentage, but it's the filtering system. So if your brain is skeptical, if your brain isn't getting on board, you will block that or just not trust your intuition and kind of stay stuck in the same loop. So that's why this tool is so powerful, is to first of all look, you're getting ideas all the time. Do you want to take one of them? Do you want to listen? Then now the choice is on you. But also for your brain to get on board and be like, whoa, ask and it is given. Ask and I will get clarity. And then again, it's up to you if you want to listen to it. So I hope that this has helped you today. Your intuition is not some big mysterious thing. It's within us. It's accessible to everybody. It's buildable. It's developable. Okay, now I'm just making up words. You truly do have it, especially because you're here. You listen to things on awakening and manifestation and self-growth. You are ready to tap deeper into your intuition. So try these things. Try creating space/meditation Try the intention to listen to your intuition from now on, especially regarding the area that you want help in. That intention and that active listening, that was number 2. And then number 3 was writing down any questions you have. In that way we talked about, I'm really open right now. And then writing down especially the nudges, the answers, the downloads that you receive in any form. Just write them down and really look at that and start to know this is higher consciousness speaking through you. This is the path. This is your intuition and the answers to your questions. It's really quite magical. And I want to say too, if you try this and you feel like nothing's coming, I still want to say you have an intuition. Be patient, be open to receiving. Sometimes we miss it. Sometimes we think it was just our head, and that's the practice. That's why, coming through this program and really giving yourself 4 weeks to practice is a really great idea if it's nudging you intuitively. But just give yourself that grace. Give yourself that time to learn this gift. So one of the worst things you can do is go I didn't get any intuition. It's not happening for me. I don't have it, or it's broken in me. Just stay open and go, maybe I did and maybe I missed it. So let's ask again, or let's ask for a sign and go about it a different way, but just stay the course. You do have an intuition. It's eager to lead you to your highest path of abundance, success, all the things. I highly recommend continuing down that road. Okay. Love you a lot, Seeker. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope that you get outside and drink your water and be around loved ones, or walk a dog, or do something joyful for your soul. And I will see you in the next episode. If you have not already, come find me on Instagram. I'd love to get to know you. It's at Talia Joy Manifestation. The links are below, and I will see you around. See you soon. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. And before we go, I want to ask you a question. Have you grabbed your copy yet of Manifest This Shit? Manifest This Shit is a law of attraction coloring and activity book available on Amazon, and I am so excited about it. It is packed with beautiful, inspiring coloring pages, manifestation practices, tools, places to make notes and lists and write down your intuitive hits. There's so many beautiful pages in there. It's the perfect addition to your daily practice. So whether you use it to pass time instead of being on your phone, or you use it as a creative ritual, this book has pages for everybody. I know you're going to love it. So grab Manifest This Shit on Amazon. The link is below in the show notes.